Hey everybody, it's Party Elite with another episode of Total Breakdown. This one is from the ESL Total War Warhammer Season 1 finals between Ondjage and Daman. This series is a best of 5, so if you haven't seen the previous battle, make sure to check the link in the description below, because this is the third battle. The series is currently sitting at 1-1. If you'd like to sign up and compete in Season 2, make sure to check out the link in the description below as well, and sign up right now. Now, the third game in this series was a mirror match where both players went with Wood Elves, but extremely different builds. Ondjage has a Glade Lord, a Spellslinger of Life, 4 War Dancers, 2 ranked up to rank 1, 2 Glade Guard, 2 Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts, 2 Wild Riders with Shields, and 2 Hawk Riders. Daman came in with a Glade Lord, a Branch Wraith, 2 Waste Stalkers, 3 units of Eternal Guard with Shields, 2 ranked up to rank 1, 1 ranked up to rank 2, 3 units of Wildwood Rangers, and 4 units of Treekin. Alright, as always, we're going to start with a conversation about layout. Now, over here from Ondjage, we've got a front line of War Dancers. Right behind them, we've got the Glade Guard off to the side here, and the Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts off to the side here, a little bit separated in case anything comes sort of pummeling through. Then the Wild Riders with Shields off to either flank, able to go in for flanking maneuvers and fend off anything that might be coming in as well. Glade Lord flying above in the center here. The Spellslinger of Life right in the middle here to provide support wherever necessary, and then we've of course got our Hawk Riders on either flank, able to push forward as needed. And right away on the right flank here, you'll notice these Hawk Riders getting hit by 3 arrows of Kurnos coming in from the Waste Stalkers and the Glade Lord. So 1 Hawk goes down there, 3 go down with that shot, and this last shot misses everything, just sort of overkills these guys down here, insult to injury if you will. So great first 3 shots with the Arrow of Kurnos. Now, Daman has a much more defensive layout. Of course, we've seen the Waste Stalkers in action already. Vanguard deployed up front, still hidden while firing, of course, as they can be. And the Glade Lord up front here as well, getting some early shots off. The Treekin form this extremely strange sort of defensive blockade, and then we've got the Wildwood Rangers as well right behind them as a second layer, and then covering off the rear we of course have the Eternal Guard with shields, but not much to actually keep protected in the center here. There is no ranged component, which is very interesting, just the Branch Wraith. So very interesting composition. They're not sure what the thought was. So as we go forward, you'll notice these Hawk Riders are pushing up. They still haven't spotted the Waste Stalker, but Waste Stalker getting shots off, and with each shot killing at least 1 Hawk, and then finally spotting the Waste Stalker there, deciding to dive right in, and you'll notice those Hawks are going down very quickly, and off in the distance here, this Waste Stalker takes down a Hawk as well, but overall having less luck than the Waste Stalker on the right flank. And as the Hawk Riders dive in, you'll see Ondjage's Glade Lord launches a little Arrow of Kurnos, gets a little bit of damage into the Glade Lord here as well, but down here these Hawk Riders very quickly taken care of. That Waste Stalker holds his ground, not willing to back away, and with support from Daman's Glade Lord as well, the Hawk Riders very quickly taken care of. Meanwhile, the other unit of Hawk Riders is pushing through, has sort of come in this way, and is opening fire at the Wildwood Rangers, it looks like, just to get some damage in before they're able to dive in. So either the Wildwood Rangers or the Treekin are the target there, and either way, good call. You want to get some whittle damage in as early as possible. Of course, the Treekin are a good target for range fire because they have an extremely high melee defense if you wait until melee begins to take them out. Now over here, you'll notice the Wild Riders dive in as well, right into the Waste Stalker, trying to separate the Waste Stalker from the Hawk Riders. Relatively successful, but a lot of damage done there. The Hawk Riders are more or less taken care of, so nice try there trying to save the Hawk Riders, but a lot of damage already done. Meanwhile, over here, you'll notice this entire formation starts to push in this direction, and I'm not sure what Daman was thinking there. An entirely unnecessary movement, allowing the Wild Riders over here to come in from the sides, and also allowing the range units to open fire into the sides of all of these units. Also, perhaps a misclick, perhaps some other error, something could have gone wrong here. Maybe he hit backspace and froze the entire formation, well, out of formation. No one's in place anymore, and this is going to be extremely expensive. More expensive than anything else on the field. It was this mistake, and now you'll see over here, Daman's Glade Lord does get caught out by Ondjage's Glade Lord and his Hawk Riders, completely surrounded there. A lot of damage going in, as you can see, and these Hawk Riders as well managed to get out of that situation, and now flying in here, trying to shut down Daman's Glade Lord as well. Meanwhile, you'll see the ranged units from Ondjage do start opening fire at the Treekin, and over here, the Prey of Anathema does go down on the Glade Lord, and another Prey of Anathema goes down on the other Glade Lord as well, but that is too late. Daman's Glade Lord is fully surrounded by these Hawk Riders, and Ondjage's Glade Lord already terrified, routing, on his way out, or rather on her way out, I should say. Now finally we've got the fronts rushing down the field, and this is a huge gap when you've got slow units like the Treekin with their extremely slow speed and so much ranged fire coming in. You'll notice that very careful targeting is being done here. These Treekin, of course, being trees, are more susceptible to fire damage, so just trying to shut this down nice and early. And you'll notice off to the side here, these Wild Riders also just waiting until the enemy army has come down far enough down the field before being sent in to engage these Eternal Guard with shields from the side and or rear. Meanwhile, over here, 2 units of these Eternal Guard with shields have been pulled apart from the formation, or what was left of the formation, to try and take care of these Wild Riders with shield. The Waystalker is routing now, has more or less been taken care of, and while it's fair to try and shut down the Wild Riders with shields, only one of these Eternal Guards could have been pulled back to do just that. Another unit could have been, or should have been, sent down just to help support in the front, where it's going to be very necessary, especially when you consider how quickly this Treekin unit is being taken out. Now, in the meanwhile, up here, the Glade Lord, more or less taken care of, ready to shatter just in a second, and meanwhile that Waystalker trying to provide some support too. A little bit of a mistake here, not sure what was going on, but these Wild Riders stop just short of a rear charge, and for some reason just hang there until the Eternal Guard are able to turn around and charge in instead. And there you have it, Daman's Glade Lord has shattered, and so that's going to do a lot of damage to morale. Of course, death does have a bigger consequence to morale, but you know, Ondjage will take the shatter for now. And now it's all about finishing off these, what little melee engagements do remain. You'll notice this unit of Treekin has basically already been taken care of, next to nothing left there. And now these guys are facing some of the range fire as well, taking a fair amount of damage as they pummel right through this unit of Wildwood Rangers, not giving a damn about the line. They do not care. They're going to push right through. And over here, Earthblood does go down, just trying to recuperate some of the damage done to these units. Ondjage, great cast here. All of these units have low individual unit counts, so Earthblood will make a big difference in replenishing their health. And you'll notice as the Treekin sort of penetrate through, speed this up, as the Treekin penetrate through and the Wildwood Rangers penetrate through as well, you'll notice that these units are being micromanaged very well, being separated so that they're not clumped up together, and just trying to keep them apart. It would have been nice to, you know, again, on a whole other level, separate them even further, but of course, at this point, that feels wholly unnecessary, and I don't think Ondjage would have any trouble doing that if he had to, but I feel like at this point, he already feels like he has the battle in the bag and is willing to, you know, let go of some of that micromanagement. But very good work there, separating these guys, making sure they don't get clumped up and hit. And you'll see here the Glade Lord does come in and take out these Wildwood Rangers, making sure they're not able to get any further. And again, a little mistake there. The Treekin just standing there, eating a couple of shots, not sure what the thinking was there, and unfortunately, that does cause a fair amount of damage. Ultimately, they are able to dive into this line of the Starfire shafts, and again, just a side note, good call. If you have to choose between ranged units, choose the ones that can spit fire, especially when you have trees in your army. Just a general rule of thumb if you ever find yourself on a battlefield. But, you know, despite all the attempts here from Daman, there's just no chance, and he calls GG, and it is a decisive victory for Ondjage. And with that, the series is now 2-1 in favor of Ondjage, and this battle was a pretty short one that was really determined almost immediately, right in the beginning, with composition. So, because it was so short, I've got another one, the next one, ready for you already. Just click the video link that's on screen right now. And as always, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more Total War content, and keep submitting your battle replays. I think it's absolutely great, it's a wonderful way to learn, and especially when we get tournament play that is at a higher level, we can see what some of the best generals on the Total War battlefields are up to right now. As always, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the battlefield.